And welcome back, folks. Hope everyone's doing well today. Going to do something a little bit different today. I've got some friends and family that are going to be picking up and playing some Fallout 76, so I thought I'd do an introduction video for them. Now, Fallout 76 has changed a lot since it originally came out. I know a lot of people criticized it initially, but there's an awful lot going on in this game. All kinds of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new character, just probably walk you through the first part of it. Um, but this game has really come a long way. There's an awful lot of stuff that you can do in it. It's got a lot of expansions. And again, there is a monthly subscription if you want to. You don't have to get it. The game can be played, without the subscription. It's called Fallout First. It's like $10 a month, or if you buy it for a year, it's like $100 or something like that. The game, um, the quality of life in the game, quality gameplay is significantly increased with Fallout First. Um, it gives you a few things that really make a big difference as far as I'm concerned. Mainly, you get unlimited storage for like junk ammo and chems, which really is a huge bonus to the game. Huge bonus. Otherwise, you're constantly finding your inventory. The other thing about it is, again, character creation. There is something called an atomic shop, and generally every day you log in, or they will have something for free in the atomic shop. This is one of the currencies the game uses. It's called atoms. It's down here. Um, the atoms are earned through achievements, events in the game. You can also purchase atoms if you want to, but there is no real pay to win in this game. You can't just turn around and use the Atoms shop and buy like legendary gear and stuff like that. You know, there's ways to acquire the legendary gear outside of you crafting it or something like that. You can actually go buy it from other players and things like that. And you can generally characters will put things up for sale um, using the in-game currency called bottle caps, just like all the other Fallout games where caps are worth a lot. So we'll open up this here in a minute, show you what's going on. The game also has seasons. Um, these are typically every 3 months. They'll open up a season where you can accumulate daily events. You do these challenges throughout the day. You gain points for those challenges, and those challenges go to level your score rank down here. And once you get to certain ranks, you can buy things with accumulated points in the game. You get perk points. So there's a currency here. Um, the game has a social window. Again, you can find friends, add friends, click on friends. This is where your social event is where you can go ahead and you can set up a team. If you join a team, you can create teams in that respect, and you can actually even look at people that you've seen online recently. So I have a lot of people in here that I've just made friends with. This is a very helpful and friendly community. Generally, I have no problem at all talking to people, playing things in the games. It's it's a very supportive group. There's just no two ways about that. Um, Game really does support people. If you get into a problem, you can ask for help. If you're in a mixed event of some kind or on a team, you go down. It's like people race to res you. It's just an incredibly supportive team in that game in that respect. Matter of fact, early on the game had no way for people just to drop gear for. I mean, you could find someone and drop gear for them and give it to them. People used to camp outside the exit to the vault just to give things to low-level characters. Just give stuff to them. Just here, I've made stuff. Here's stim packs. Here's chems. Here's food. Here's all kinds of stuff I can give you. The game went so far as to put donation boxes all over the map. There's donation boxes everywhere where you can donate stuff for people to donate, drop things off to help people get started in the game. There is a photo gallery. There's again, customer support settings. I'll go into the settings. It's a gameplay, display, control, audio. All that normal stuff. I'm playing this on a PC, so I know that that I'm making this video specifically for my nephew and my brother. I think my nephew's going to play it on a Steam Deck, so it should play pretty much the same way. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go into let's go to characters, and I've got 4 characters, and this is not my primary account. This is a backup account, but it is a Fallout First. I'm going to create a new character here for you, just to go through the new character creation process. The other thing is, let's go into the Atomic Shop here, and generally what you see free in the Atomic Shop is you come down here to Utilities, and there'll be something for free. Now again, these are helpful items. These are not play to win, but like here I'm getting a lunchbox. And what does a lunchbox do? The lunchbox gives you bonuses. You and your players receive an experience bonus and random buffs for an hour. So you collect those and accumulate them over time. It's a good idea. The other thing that you have is, this is where you can spend your atoms as you accumulate atoms on all kinds of stuff. I mean, you can get bundles of gear, you can get apparel, you can get skins, you can get camp items to upgrade your camp, various different, there's not a whole lot in styles here. You can get different photo modes, you can get different emotes that you can have that tags your icon on the maps, or no, the emotes that you can show with people on the map. You bring up your emote screen, your character does stuff. Different icons that your character will show on the map. So I use I think on this account I use a circuit breaker. I think I have to go look. Yeah, I'm currently using a circuit breaker. And then here's where again you can buy special stuff here. Now again, it says you can buy weapons. These gives you the ability to craft certain things, but you can pay atoms to get a couple items like this. But these are not game winning items. It's not like you're getting stuff that you just for legendary play. It's not anything like that. Most of this stuff you are going to gain. You can gain through just playing the game. Getting different prefixes and suffixes for your name on your title on your game. But let's not get too deep into all this right now. Let's do a character creation. So I'm going to create a new character, and here we go. I'm going to let the videos play on this, just so you get the experience. Or tell you what, I won't play the video. I'll skip through the videos, and we'll go right to character creation, and then you can enjoy the videos and the various different things. Save you a little bit of time. So let's see. Let's get out of this. Skip that. I think you immediately go to...
Good morning, Vault 76. This is the Overseer. I hope you all enjoyed the party last night, even those who may have overindulged and overslept.
All right. First thing you get is
But it's time to get
a
up
character
and
creator.
get out there.
It's a bunch of default faces you can use. You can go in and you can edit noses, eyes, hair. I mean, you can change the various different colors.
I'll never forget the day you all entered Vault 76.
You can
You come from every walk of
you
life.
can
Every
do makeup,
race, color,
blemishes,
and
grime, face paint, all kinds of different things. You can change sexes. You can do body size.
You are this country's best
You
and
can,
brightest.
in this game,
But more importantly, you'll
create a
always be
character
my
that
family.
looks like just about anybody. I've seen people create likenesses of celebrities, historical people. I got someone that's running around. Someone I know is running around as Lurch um, from the Addams Family. I mean, it's a lot of things you can do. I am just. Oh, hang on here. Cancel. I am going to. Oh, hang on. Let's see. Face. Where am I? Get back. Choose a new character preset and discard. Yes, okay. Let's go ahead and pick a default here. There's one guy in here that's really that one. That one's all. So we're gonna go ahead and take this one. And I'm not gonna change anything. Let's see, body. I think all the bodies tend to be kind of there. Okay, we're at least well fed. We're gonna accept this. This character we're gonna go with. We're gonna hit done. Now we gotta name them. This is where I always fail all the time, trying to figure out a name for the characters. But I'm gonna call this one. Shaun Wade. And now you get a chance to take your picture for your ID card. I'm just going to default this. You can move the camera all around, do stuff with it. You can put in depths of field, but no, we're just going to go that. Exit this. And again, it tells you to open photo mode again by hitting map, escape, and press T. We're not going to do that. We're just going to get up. And just about everything inside the vault you cannot interact with. And the main thing you want to do is get out of the vault. But before you leave, come over here, go to your terminal, and you got a couple messages on it. Happy Reclamation Day, you're invited, play videotape. So there is a game in here called Nuka Tapper. Just hit R. You have the tape now, so you can actually, if you wanted to, load a tape. You could load Nuka Tapper. And you can actually play games on the terminals. Now I'm not going to start the game. I'm just going to quit the game. And it should. Let's go ahead and take the tape out of it, so we have it. So going forward, we'll have a Nuka Tapper. And again, all this stuff you cannot use. I could play the acoustic guitar, but we're not going to. We're going to come over here immediately and grab our Pip-Boy. There he is. You know, it's the game. The game sounds a bit loud. Let me. Does that sound okay? That sounds a little bit better. All right. After all these mounts, it's time to leave the vault. Now, just for a little bit of Fallout lore, this game takes place 25 years after the bombs fell. So the bombs fell in 2077. We're in the state of West Virginia, so it's 2102. So let's, and all the normal stuff we're moving, ASDW, of course if you're on a console, you can use your console keys. You can run with your character. You can get down and go into hidden mode. First and third person. Here's.
Just know that Vault-Tec is proud of you. I am proud of you.
Get into the light.
When you hear this, it means I've been gone for several hours. I've got my own mission.
There you go.
Out there in Appalachia.
And you
This is the
cannot
overseer.
go into
Signing off.
into third person until you have your Pip-Boy
Message
on.
repeats in 24 hours.
Okay, let's come up here. Main thing we want to do is get out of the vault. You'll find there'll be things to take here. There's purified water. There's Rad-X.
Lots of water out there, almost all.
Stim Pack 5, Radaway.
Be on constant alert for the technique of your
Pick up some building supplies. Yay.
terrifying, leaving this warm, secure vault for a
And
hostile wilderness.
you can interact with the robots.
No creature comforts out there, sir.
Well, no, not that one.
Want it?
Have to be the one outside to interact. Okay, got the medication. Okay, let's head up this way. We got the building supplies. Yep, okay. I can pick up a party hat if I want. Yeah, I guess. Who
You
cares?
must all go through that giant vault door alone.
Now,
Unless
you
you're
can
next to someone else.
run over here and go into the overseer's office, and you can look at the overseer's terminal. And what this does, and again, I'm not going to go through a lot of this, is I'm going to take the overseer's log.
Overseer's log, or should I say, direct communication. Because whoever is listening to this had the moxie to try to find out where I've gone. But I'm glad you did. Truth is, I need your help. I've been given a task and I've decided to break protocol and tell you what it is. Because if there's one thing I've learned in these past few years, it's that we need to rely on each other. There were 3 active nuclear silos in Appalachia before the bombs fell. They blew up the world before. We can't let it happen again. So we've got to locate and secure all of the silos. Or die trying. Hopefully the former. But it's been 25 years. I just don't know what we're gonna find out there. Or where to start. My directive was to go to the nearest population center and assess the situation. I'll set up a camp on the way once I get my bearings. Find me there.
Okay, so that is the initial quest, the primary goal of the original game was to find the silos, secure nuclear weapons, or launch nuclear weapons, however you saw fit. Come over here. This is
You do remember the whole point of Reclamation Day? Reclaiming Appalachia? Never too late.
so you want to pick up your camp now. Unlike most all the other Fallout games, you can set up your camp pretty much
Remember
anywhere
what
you want to.
Vortex many mottos.
There are some limitations around particular areas, but you can set them up and build out a camp, build out your little settlement. It's not really a settlement; it's a camp, and this becomes very important for you as far as how you set up resources and how you advance your character and have a base of operation. All right, let's run out. We're coming up here to what I would consider this is your first major decision in the game. All right. So, you can come out of the vault at level 2, experience the game any way you want to. I mean, you start at level 2, you do the low-level quests, you interact, you collect resources, you struggle against monsters. not struggle, but you fight monsters, and some places you got to be careful because yeah, you will get beat up and whacked. Uh, the good thing about this game is you don't lose any of your gear. You lose junk that you've collected. Now again, there's a lot of junk that is valuable in the game because you need it to build things and upgrade equipment and gear, just the way you would think. But you don't drop like your armor, your weapons, or anything like that. So all the stuff that you have on your person, if you get killed, drops into a bag that sits there where you've died. And if you respawn, you can run back and get it. And generally, people don't loot bags of people that have been killed or lost their gear. They just let it sit there. Again, generally my characters, or at least my main characters, have so much resources and so much stuff going on that I don't need any of it. I may need some specific stuff to go through a daily quest to pick. I've got to go cut down so many trees or pick so many flowers or whatever, or make such and such food. But generally, if you die, even in a group event, even if you get killed happen to die in a group event, how to say this? If you're in a group with a bunch of people and you happen to die, and you don't auto respawn, because most group events, if you die during a group event, you don't lose anything. Nothing drops. But let's say the event ended and you get tagged by some monster just at the end of the event, and you drop your gear or you drop your junk. No one there's gonna loot it. And for the most part, as I said, during an event where you're all trying to accomplish something in some event, kill a bad guy, if you go down during that event, just about everybody races literally to revive you, because the game promotes people that do multiple revives. So you want to revive people in this game. You don't necessarily want to do PvP. This game tried PvP at one point. They don't really do it. You don't really want to have. They found that the PvP worlds that they set up didn't really work that well. So this is very much a PvE game. And as a matter of fact, we'll show you when I get out in one of the settings, you can turn off PvP, where even if you shoot and hit other characters, it doesn't do damage to them. Now, again, if you shoot somebody and kill them, or if you shoot an NPC, you can be tagged and you get a wanted sign on you. If you get a wanted sign on you, that wanted sign stays until I think it cools off after so many hours. But the only way typically to get it is to have someone kill you in the game. You have to die in the game if you get a wanted tag on you. And a lot of times people, will do it accidentally. They'll come in and they'll ask you, they'll take off all their armor and all their gear, put it into their inventory, and they ask you to kill them so that they can get the wanted tagged off. By killing someone with a wanted tag, you get a reward. But again, you'll see on the map, very few people get tagged wanted, and it's very rare that I find anyone that wants to go around killing other people or someone that's out there trying to troll noobs or anything. Just doesn't happen in this game. All right, so here's your big decision. Come out of the vault at level 20, where you have a team loadout. You've already got a bunch of points assigned. You've got a bunch of gear. You're really in really good shape. Or you can come out at, as I said, at level 2, where you can experience the game and go through stuff. I'm going to come out as level 2 because actually I kind of enjoy playing at the lower level games. Part of this is the journey. I like the journey of going through and leveling my characters. A couple things that you want to remember though. At level 25, you will be able to change your build out. As you gain levels in the game, you get to add points to your special. Your your ability scores. You can change it. Once you get to level 25, you can take those points that you've accumulated and move them around. You can also move around your perk cards, because the perk cards are what you do to get abilities to be able to fight better in melee or ranged attacks or environmental strengths, resistances. There's a whole plethora. There's hundreds of perks that you can get into this game. The other thing that's important is at level 30, you will get the ability to consume mutation serums, or you can get mutations lower than level 30, but once you get to level 30, you can get a card called Starch Genes, and in effect, you can lock in mutations. For the most part, the mutations are all beneficial. Generally, I try to stack mutations. There's a couple of them that are contrary to each other that you don't necessarily want to do. There's some that really seem to be focused more for a melee combat build versus a ranged combat build. So you obviously wouldn't want a mutation, that would make you really good at melee combat, but would have detriments to your ranged attack. Now again, you can stack them. A lot of times there's ways to mitigate the detriments of the mutations, but for the most part, it doesn't. One thing that I really always look forward to in the game is getting a mutation called Marsupial, which lets you jump higher and carry more. Very important. You can also see that you could go into the atomic shop. You could purchase a level 50 character boost. If you want to go right to level 50, you can do that. Once you're at level 50 is the gear cap in the game. So there is no gear in the game that is higher than level 50. So everything that you could want to use in the game, you can have by level 50. Now, there are people in the game that have levels in the multi-thousands. There are advantages to having much higher levels. Some of that stuff has to do with legendary perks and the accumulation of perk coins to allow you to do things. But generally, I think I'll have to check that. I think all the perk cards are available for you by level 50. So a lot of good stuff. A lot of stuff going on in the game. So we're gonna pick level 2. All right, now I get to pick a predetermined build. Essentially, my build is all going to be the same. It's just I get to pick a perk card right out of the gate, and I'm just going to grab Action Dweller. I mean, this is for melee. This is for experience. This is for action points. Weak spot with guns, and health packs are more stronger. I'm just going to grab this. Here we go. And now I should exit the vault as level 2. And we'll look at a few other things here. And here we are outside. And it looks like I automatically get a quest called Wayward Souls, and I already have a quest called A Better Tomorrow. Right off the bat, these are two quests that you get literally when you walk out of the vault. All right, so let's. And there's a character over here we can talk to also. This is the Ghoul. This was just recently added. Has to do with the last update, major update. This is obviously the Ghoul from the Fallout television series. But let's look at a few things here. Let's bring up your Pip-Boy. So again, Pip-Boy, pretty much the stuff you remember from Marvel, but again, gives you your status, tells you any effects that you have in place. So you have +1 strength, +1 endurance because of my fully fed. I get action point regeneration because I picked that as an item coming out. My specials are 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, so not a whole lot. And again, these are buffed because of my food and hydration. This is buffed because of a card. I have nothing in collections. Prefixes and suffixes have to do with your name. You collect those over time. Since this is an account that I've been playing for a while, I've got a lot of those unlocked. Go into our items. Weapons. We got a 10mm pistol, a combat knife, and 5 frag grenades. The pistol has got, you can examine the pistol. Here you go. Here's the 10mm pistol. Standard receiver, short barrel, grip, no muzzle. I got, does 26 damage. I have 513 rounds, capacity to 12. That's generally a good starting weapon. Everything I have is a combat knife. No upgrades, but you can see it does 29 points of damage. A little bit better on damage. Armor. I have leather armor, which really isn't very much armor at all. My total armor is 8, and I've got 8 against ballistic, 18 against electrical, and there's other stuff. I have 73 worth of items on me, and I have a capacity of 165. I've got black rim glasses, a small Vault-Tec backpack, a jumpsuit, a party hat, so on and so forth. I've got various different types of food, and you can see the food gives me like action points and food amounts. And yes, you do have food and water in this game, and you can dehydrate, you can get hungry, you can actually start losing abilities if you let yourself get too far along and messed up in this game. I have antibiotics, Raid-X, Radaway, stim packs, repair kits, bobby pins, obviously for picking locks, a scrap kit. That's an important item. That'll allow you to scrap junk that you have. Key rings. I have a Nuka Tapper in the Overseer's logs. Notes. I actually have a plan for a Vault-Tec survival backpack. Let's go ahead and click on that. So now we know how to make that. That's a big deal. Here's all of our building supplies that they gave us. There's a lot of stuff here. This is a lot of weight that you're carrying. I have no mods, and I've got 513 rounds. Now, it seems I came out at night. Let me just go back to the, let's go over here, data. Yeah, it's 8 p.m. I have primary robot named Pennington was waiting outside Vault 76. Might know where the Overseer went. So I need to do this particular quest if I want to follow the main quest line. This is a side quest. Here's your daily quest. I have a daily called A Better Tomorrow. That's where I have to meet someone down at the lumber mill. And no events. Events will come up as you level up. Now, being a level 1 person, I don't think I'm going to see any of the events. I do have a daily operation. So this is the map. Here's Vault 76. This is that lumber mill where I'm supposed to speak to the person named Lane. Where's the other one? Oh, Wayward Souls is, I've got to talk to the robot right outside here. Now, as you can see, this map is huge. You've got toxic, well, we start in the forest, which is kind of a, a fairly benign. There's not a lot of really high-level bad guys in here. You can run around for the most part in the forest. A lot of people set up camps in the forest, so we'll talk about the various icons. Like, as you run into places and discover them, they'll turn into like a yellow icon like this. Places that you get on the map that you haven't visited to will show, but they'll be sort of grayed out. Camps, everybody that has camps, you can fast travel to camps. Generally, you can go to someone's camp if you have the caps to do it. Now, I don't have any caps, so I can't fast travel anywhere, so we don't worry about that. I can always there are a few places that you can fast travel to that you don't need any caps for. Like you'll always be allowed to fast travel. Can I bring up Vault 76? I guess I'm too close to it. You can always fast travel to Vault 76, and there's several other places you can always fast travel to. You can always travel to the White Spring down here. There's a couple. There's a camp up north you can always go to. There's a camp down. Where is it? There's a camp down here you can always travel to. You can. There's a place over here you can always travel to. So there's a few places on the map that you can always travel to without costs. Just allows you to do it, which is kind of a cool thing. While we're looking at the map here, as I said, you'll see icons for people's maps. Then as you learn places, you'll find other places that you can go to. The other thing that you see on this map is you have daily and weekly challenges. Now I can open up these challenges and it'll show you different things that you can do, like buy or sell an item from someone, gain experience points, scrap headwear, kill enemies, produce junk to get screws. So there's various things you can do. You got 24 hours to do this, and then there will be weekly quests that come up once a week. You also have challenges for characters. And you notice that most of these quests here, they just give you a score. You get so many points of a score. Let's stay on that thought for a moment. That score allows you to go to a seasonal challenge. Now, as I said, every 3 months or so, they come up with a challenge. And this challenge is Blood and Rust. This is going to go through to the beginning of March sometime. And you're allowed to, as you level up your score in that in these monthly challenges, you'll be able to claim things. Like you can claim, coins, you can claim icons, you can claim outfits. It's all kinds of stuff that they allow. But you never really get anything too exciting. I mean, occasionally you get something like this. This is a weapon. And again, you got to be fairly far into the game board to get it, but getting it is really, kind of nice, and it helps you. Like I still on this account, I've got to get high enough to be able to claim these other items associated with that pistol. But this is just an entire thing that I could spend an entire, 15-20 minutes on just explaining all this, and we're just not gonna do that. Just know that there is a score that gives you tokens here that allows you to purchase stuff on the seasonal challenges. That's sort of different from. That's a little different from your and again, your daily challenges and your weekly challenges generally apply to that score. Now you've got all these other challenges. These are character challenges, survival challenges, combat challenges, social challenges. These are really interesting things because these you get atoms. If I just collect 76 caps, I get 20 atoms. Comes down here to atoms. And those atoms, those atoms apply to the atomic shop, where I can buy things in the atomic shop for atoms. Now again, you can buy the atoms flat out, but there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can get here for atoms. I mean, yeah, you can get a starter bundle, but for the most part, you don't buy anything in here that is going to give you like, like let's say this power armor set. If I were to look at this power armor set, this is really armor skins. These are just skins. You've got to have power armor for this to work. So it's not really something that is really that big of a game change. Like again, everything here that you buy that shows all this power armor stuff, this is all just skins for it. Here's some things for camps. Again, there's some nice things in here. Occasionally you get stuff that allows you to generate stuff in your camp. Like let's see if I can find a generator in here of some kind. Well, these are displays, different types of buildings, an ambulance. It doesn't look like there's anything in here that... Occasionally, though, you can buy what are known as producers. These would be items that you can put into your camp that would allow you to, like for instance, would create fresh water, or would create chemicals, or create different food types. So there's various things in here that you can get through the Atom Shop that are kind of cool. They're fun to have. They can be very advantageous in the game if you have stuff that you purchase in the camp that as a producer, or like here's a bowling arcade game. Getting something like this is really good because you can actually play this game in the game, and what it allows you to do is it will build up your luck and perception. You get +2 luck, +2 perception just by playing the bowling game in your camp. So there's things in the Atom Shop that can be advantageous for you. So again, don't knock when you're going here and you're getting atoms and adding to your atoms total, stuff that you could leverage to make your character better. Then here's some other ones here where if you cook a meal, you get like I've done. Looks like I've done most of this stuff because again, a lot of the stuff I've done on other accounts or on other characters. So here's some stuff that I could do on this character. Just various different things that I could get to. Like here, I haven't gotten to the point where I've harvested a swamp plant. I haven't on this one. I haven't harvested a potato flower. I mean, it's various different things. But again, with a new character under combat, there'll probably be a lot of things you can do under combat. We'll see. Don't know. A lot of these are easy for a new character because, again, I've been playing this game for a long time, so I've done all these where collect 25 caps, 10 caps, and we get atoms. You get atoms. You get atoms. But I've done so many of these things that very few of them are left open to me on the account. If I had a brand new account, it might be different. Let's see, what else did I want to show you? Data. This is where you find your quests and radio. There are radio that you can pick up here. And occasionally, quests can be given to you via a radio. You just have to listen to a radio. Again, you play this.
Don't want no jailhouse. Shotgun. Fish hooks. Golf.
So again, various different radio signals that you can pick up. All right. So let's see. What else did I wanted to show you? Talked about the punch cards. Talked about getting to level 30 so you can do the serums. Let's talk about. There's something called legendary perks. Let's go back into this. Let's look at our perks. Now, remember when I came out of the vault, I was able to pick a perk card. So there are tons and tons of perk cards. Hundreds of perks cards. You gain perk cards primarily by leveling up. And you can get perk coins and stuff like that. At level 50, you will begin to get legendary perks. These are very strong items. Like you can add to your base stats. You can make yourself extremely powerful in melee attacks. You can make yourself like almost master lockpick, even if you have no lockpick skills. So there's a lot of perks here. Here's another one. Produce more rounds when you're crafting ammo. That's a big one for you to use if you're getting ammo. But again, ammo in this game is pretty easy to come by for the most animals. There's a lot of melee perks. This is one of those ranged perks. Killing an enemy with ranged weapons have a 10% chance to explode. That does more damage. So there's also, you will see there were some perks here that are completely locked. There was one perk that was completely locked. I couldn't use it. Where was it? This perk, Feral Rage. I can't use that because I'm not a ghoul. And we'll talk about ghouls at some point. You need to be level 50 to use one of those legendary perks. Okay. Let's see, what time is it? I hate running around during the day, or during the night. 12 a.m. Alright, let's see, how am I doing time-wise? 45 minutes. Alright, so I'm out of the vault. Let's see. Yeah, just kind of hard to see stuff here. Here, let's talk to the ghoul. We'll show you the ghoul interaction.
Well, look at you. Fresh from the can and not a speck of dirt on you. Best watch your step around here. Figured you Balties weren't done cooking yet. Guess I was wrong. Already interrogated the last Balti to come out of that hole. Sounds like there's nothing down there for me, though. Saved me the trouble of breaking in. Oh, just a working man passing through. This fella here had a price on his head. Thought he'd run far enough. He hadn't. Slow down there, cowboy. Buy a fella dinner first. Let's just say I'm currently residing in Burning Springs, across the river in what used to be Ohio. Well, that's the name the locals use these days. Burnt clean away after the war. Not like here. Might have been an improvement. Or maybe it was the bombs, maybe something else. Nothing but rock, sand, and poison dust now. An opportunity. If you got the stones for it. Got a half-assed town out there, though. Highway town. At least they've got a decent bar. Well, you got a map on that fancy Pip-Boy of yours? I'll point it out. If you're inclined, there's a bridge out by Point Pleasant. Might want to get your feet under you first. Folks out that way tend to shoot first and forget about questions. Do what you want, 'cause I ain't your daddy. But make it quick. Well, he was dead the moment they put a bounty on his sorry ass. This just happens to be where we concluded our business. Bingo. Got it. Run a little business out in Burning Springs from a saloon called The Last Resort. I farm some of it out to independent operators. I keep the fun ones from... Probably best you worry about yourself for now. Well, this kind of work isn't for lost little lambs like you. Of course, if that changes, or if you just have a death wish, come look me up sometime. Hell if I know. As long as the caps from the bounty end up in my pocket to pay for the chems in my lungs, I don't much care what they did. But make it quick. This brain ain't... Ha! Guess they don't have manners in it. Well, I'll give you a pass on that this one time, seeing as how you just stepped... Same thing that'll happen to your face. You stay out here long enough. Ain't the only one, neither. I couldn't agree if you get out.
All right. So obviously this is a ghoul. You can play a ghoul in this game, but you have to become a ghoul. So that's for another time, another explanation on how to do that. Let me go back to the map. The Burning Springs expansion is over here. This is a huge area across the river in Ohio. I would not recommend going there as a low-level character. Get some experience before you do it. we would run around primarily in the forest here. This is, not that you can't get killed in the forest, but generally the way the game works is, it used to be the farther east you went, the tougher things got. Toxic Valley is probably the next level. Ash Heap is another area, probably comparable to Toxic Valley. Savage Divide is a little bit tougher. It kind of splits the map in half. The Mire was next, and then Cranberry Bog was the end game place. As you can see, a nuke was dropped here in the blast zone. Something that you'll be able to do if you want to. The first expansion opened up Skyline Valley down here, and then the second big expansion was Burning Springs. So you can see it's just a huge map. And this up here is going on expeditions. We'll talk about that later. I can't do an expedition. You have to do some things beforehand, get to certain places before you can launch expeditions. But the expeditions actually will send you to 2 locations outside of this area. You can get to go to Pittsburgh, or you can get to go to Atlantic City. So just lots and lots of stuff to do in the game. Lots and lots of stuff. All right, so let's get back here. Again, how much time? What time is it? – 2 a.m. I'd like it to be closer to morning before I run around. But we're coming up on 50 minutes here. Maybe I'll just go ahead and end it here. Here, we'll come over this way. There's typically someone to loot over here. And here you go. We found a responder corpse. Got a pistol, some ammo, and some pre-war money. So let's take a look at the pistol. So we now have 2 weapons. 2 range ones. Now here's a pipe pistol. It's level 1. Does 20 damage, uses 38 capacity ammo. You notice its condition is really low. Now, guns maintain their damage no matter what condition they're in. So, 10mm pistol does 26. Combat knife does 29. The pipe pistol is going to do 20. At least this one's going to do 20. There's nothing you can do. If it gets down to the point where it's broken, it just stops working. Same thing with a knife, breaks. Well, that sounded like explosions. You can repair this pistol to bring its level up to the point where it's in greater repair, but it doesn't change the damage rate on it, or its accuracy or anything like that. It's going to still sit there with this fire rate, and this range, and this mat's accuracy. It does change their value, I believe. If you have a repaired weapon, it's worth more. So from a sale perspective, if you're going to sell stuff, doesn't mean that you want to repair it. Sometimes the material to repair it probably is worth more than the weapon fully repaired. So just have to balance that. So the other thing, let's see, what else did I want to show you? I have a rosette down here at the bottom of the map, or bottom of the screen. And as I turn around and point directions, you'll see items are highlighted or outlined. If it's got an outline, it's something that's out in the distance, but I can't fast travel to it. Obviously, Vault 76 filled in, I can travel to it. A little dot indicates someone to talk to, interact with. So you can see this is the ghoul right here. You will also see red dots appear on your map that will be bad guys. Here, let's show one other thing here. Let me bring up the. Here we go. This is your favorites bar. I can set a combat knife. As you walk around, you can set items. Like here on number 2 would be a 10mm pistol. Now I'm currently See, I don't have any weapons in my hand. But if I hit the number 2, I now have a pistol. So I can pick up a pistol. Or if I hit number 3, was it 3 or 1? 1. 1, I've got my knife. And 0 was the stim pack. Now generally I don't use the stim pack because if you just hit H, it's going to grab whatever your health is and give a stim pack to you. So I'm going to change this to say the pipe pistol. So now if I hit what was that, 0 I think? No, it's the equal key. Okay, so if I now have a pipe pistol. And you can aim it. Let's go back into first person. You can aim it. Look down the sights. Or I can go to the 10mm and look down at sights. You'll be able to find weapons that will have, what do you call it? Scopes and things like. Oh, look at that. There's a bad guy right there. So let's do something here. Hey there. I'm going to go into VATS. There you go, VATS. No need to aim. Yeah, shot him twice in the back. I'm such a good person. All right. Notice that VATS takes AP points. You may not have seen that. I'll do it again. And we can loot them. Also, you notice how bad guys end up highlighted, which is really nice. I really like that the bad guys that you haven't looted end up highlighted. It looks like someone's been around killing stuff here, so all the ghouls are dead. Let's come down here. There's typically a couple down here. Oh, look at that fragmentation mine. We'll get out of first person here. I just wanted to show you this from a... Oh, see, there's one right there. Now, I could aim and try to shoot him. That works. Or I can go into VATS and shoot him in VATS. And as you see, he's highlighted. Now, I really need to find somebody where I can show you the AP dropping. Let's come in here. Turn on my... So there is a container, 10mm rounds. 10mm rounds and throwing knives. Now, notice that it was 10mm. Let me do something here. Let me swap to the pipe pistol. So I'm now on the pipe pistol. And I'm going to shoot a couple rounds of the pipe pistol. I got 12 rounds. Let's grab some of this junk. I don't see... Oh, there's a weak ghoul. Now notice how the other ghouls had 10mm on them? He doesn't have anything. Well, that was a bad example. Let's come over here, because I happen to know that there is a ammo container over here. 38 rounds. See how it's got 38 in it now? So, and you'll find these ammo containers all over the place. And they will respawn ammo after a period of time. I think you have to do 250 loots or something like that with your character. Loot 250 items, and they will reset, and you'll be able to loot them again. Here, let's grab this one. Get some more ammo. Now watch. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the 10mm. Now the thing about this is, you would think, oh, there's another ammo box. There'll be 10mm in it. No. It's not 10mm in it. You have to use the weapon first. And so I used a few rounds of that. Ooh, here, let's get a big explosion. I love watching these things blow up. One of my favorite things to do is blow up lines of cars in this game. Alright, we need to find another ammo box. Let's see. Notice my AP dropping very quickly. Running really burns through your AP. And then you default to just... Yeah, someone's already killed these. Then you default to walking. Not a bad thing. So let's come up here. So here is that robot, Pennington. So before we do Pennington, and that is the Wayward Souls quest, I want to come over here and show you something. A couple things. Part of this game was the community is so helpful. People are always waiting around or waiting around outside the vault or in low-level areas to giving low-level characters gear. And it didn't just happen for low-level characters. It happened for all over the place. People were very happy to share items that they had dupes of, they didn't use anymore. They, of course, could sell it if it was something really, really cool, but most of the time, a lot of people just give you stuff. It's really crazy. Once you get to higher levels, it is so easy to make caps, it's just, why bother? So what people did is they started, what the developers did, is they put a donation box. And the donation boxes all over the place, they will have ammo, like what your weapon you have, so you get this ammo in here. But people could also donate stuff. Like I could turn around here and say, hey, let's give them the pipe pistol. And tell you what, not only the pipe pistol, let's give them all the 38 ammo, because I'm not going to use it, because I don't have a... So now, oops, there you go. In that donation box is a pipe pistol and 38 ammo. So I thought that was kind of cool. Here, welcome to the Wasteland. Welcome back. A hell of a place, isn't it? A lot of danger, a lot of excitement waiting for you. I got some help when I first stepped into this big, beautiful, irradiated world. I figured you deserve the same. So in that spirit, I built a little box for giving gifts. Place to leave something that for the have-nots. See something you want, take it. If not, well, you'll survive. Good luck out there. Friendly neighborhood wastelander. Oh, looks like the sun's coming up. The other thing over here is there is anglers needed. Let's read this. Anglers needed. No experience required, just strong arm, willing mind, some entrepreneurial spirit. Come find us at Fisherman's Rest. So let's go ahead and... So that actually created another quest for me. Casting off. That's how you learn how to fish. So I think this is as good of a place as any for me to save it. There's actually some people down there, but that's probably part of the interaction with Pennington. So I'm going to end it here. That's sort of my my take on Fallout 76, just getting started in it. I'll probably do a few more of these, but I don't plan on spending a long time doing Fallout 76 videos. There are so many people that are doing just terrific videos out there, explaining all kinds of stuff. But I just wanted to put something together for friends and family that are going to pick up this game for the first time to make it a little bit easier for them to get started. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have a terrific day.